Peace and love, TTW.
Okay, what's TTW?
To the world.
Yeah, that's an abbreviation.
The Peace and Love brand itself, well, I won't even say brand, the idea of Peace and Love has been something that I played with for years.
Yeah.
While I was in college, probably about 2015, 2016. Did something like peace signs all the time. If anybody that knows me knows that I always walk around campus throwing up peace signs. That's just me. Throwing up peace signs, and then like the captions under my pictures has always been like peace and love, peace and love, peace and love.
Yeah.
So around this time last year, I presented my boys, like an idea of like what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as like having merchandise, but the merchandise not being the forefront, the service being the forefront. And then once I presented the idea to them, it was like, I like it. But it wasn't from a standpoint of like, this is what I want to do with the brand, help me push it forward. Not in a partnership, but like that was the best idea I ever could have like thought of. Like,
He brought the idea to us. This was like during the beginning of the pandemic.
Right.
So he went back home. Like we were kicking it every day.
Yeah.
We were kicking it every day, and then he ended up going back home to work or whatnot. Then he just called us on April 8th. Just had a conversation about the idea, and then the idea just started flowing. We was like, all right, boom. What's the next steps? Let's get it.
Speaking of next step, what was the next step? But okay, so you had this brand, you had this idea to push it out, and how do y'all utilize that idea? So what was the next step? What did you do?
So I mean, obviously, primarily the first step was like cultivating the idea, and then we wanted to take the idea and bring it to reality.
Right.
For sure.
And then what we did was research how we could do so.
Right.
That was honestly the next step. Just doing research.
The next step was research.
Becoming more educated on how we could approach people with our idea.
Right.
Because a lot of people that can kind of throw some stuff together and just kind of see how it goes. But now we wanted to strategically map it out, make sure it makes sense not only to us but to the audience, and then.
We wanted it to be like we didn't want people to look at it as something that we do together. So we went and got the LLC, then we got the EIN, and then we went and, you know what I'm saying,
So
everything else we had
bank account.
Like we wanted it to be as professional as possible.
Right. So this is a movement y'all had created.
For sure.
Okay, and within inside this movement, what do y'all do inside this movement?
Promoting a worldwide mindset and a way of life that enables you to love who you are, and to be at peace with where you are, right? So what does that mean? Loving who you are, you have to understand yourself first. You have to know yourself, right? And love yourself. And being at peace with where you are. That current position that you're in right now, it's imperative for you to go through what you're going through to be where you are right now for it. If you see our social media, our profile displays fashionable clothing and meaningful merchandise, yet is our
services within the community collectively make us who we are. So we want to have nice clothes that you want to wear. We want the clothing to be meaningful. For sure. So we want the clothing, the logo to be a tangible depiction, of who we are. So like once you see that, you know what I mean? Like I can touch, see, and feel this, but behind that is a deeper meaning of what they do and what they have going on.
So peace and love within yourself.
Exactly.
And you represent yourself.
But and the thing about that too, like peace and love has to start with you. Because whatever you feel internally is what you display to the world.
Right.
So you feel a hatred in your heart, that's what you're going to give out
to the world.
You know what I mean?
Directly or indirectly.
Exactly. So if you don't love yourself, you're not at peace with yourself, that's what's going to be out there. That's the energy that you're going to give out.
Be a part of what you guys doing, if I want to be a part of what you guys doing.
So as far as being a part of the movement, it's not monetary.
Yeah.
You don't have to do nothing but provide time.
Right.
And be of service to people. Like,
right.
It's not even about putting the shirt, putting the logo on, none of that. Like, if you can really get out in the community and push unity, push change, you're already a part of the movement. You're already a part of it.
Right.
That's what it's about.
Right.
Like, this is cool. This looks nice.
Yeah.
Right. But in terms of, like, really pushing change, you're already a part of it. That's solely what we want to do. Peace and love to the world.
Right.
Regardless if it's an affiliation of us.
Yeah.
You don't have to put the logo on, but you're already a part of it.
How could I find you guys?
Oh yeah, we're on social media, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Peace and Love TTW. We also are on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel where we, do podcasts. Bi-weekly or whatnot. So we're on there, and that is Peace and Love TTW Media. And then our podcast, if you want to go, is really on everything.
Everywhere.
It's on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. What's the other one? I can't even think of the other one. But
Apple, Spotify.
Spotify, yeah.
Spotify is what you're looking for.
Yeah, Spotify. And then that's Peace and Love TTW Podcast. So yeah, you can definitely find us easily, for sure.
Okay. Well, what most of y'all podcasts be about? Like,
well, the topic really varies. Whatever we feel it to be necessary that we speak on.
Right.
And we want to speak in terms of not necessarily being experts, but having some sort of experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what this entire brand is. Like, we aren't therapists or the most, like, the greatest people in the world. We just really want to push unity. Like, whatever it is that you deal with, whatever things that you see on a daily basis, you are the only one.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So we want to really push unity over everything.
Sure.
Okay. I'll follow that. I'm with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I like what you guys doing.
Appreciate it.
I follow what you're doing. I'll let my peoples know. You know what I'm saying? What you guys doing. And spread that peace and love across the world.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's all we want to do. Peace to the world. Love to all mankind.
It's a community. Like I said, it's not just us. It's community. We can't do what we're doing without everybody else. So.
And that's why we teamed up with Big Blessings today.
For sure.
It's important that we really push our message. Not only push our message, but push what they have going on. It's all the same. It ties in together.
Right.
Unity, people, change.
Right.
Just like that.
Right. Like, and to, kind of dive into what we do, it's really dope that, like, we can get out in the community and help people, because it almost, not to sound selfish or anything like that, but it makes you appreciate your problems more.
Right.
In a way, because your problems are small in comparison to what people really have going on. You know what I'm saying?
At the beginning of this pandemic.
Right.
Really now, for real.
People are really dealing with major problems.
Right.
That I couldn't even fathom. And that's one reason that we decided to make a movement, because we know that, like, the problems that we dealt with are small in comparisons to what other people deal with.
Right.
Although they may create the same emotion, but what other people go through, it's a lot.
It's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, bro. Like, and you still here? Like, I love to help any way that I can. Because I don't know what that would do to my mind personally, or who I would be at that point.
Right.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
And that's why we also love traveling as well. So right now we're all living in Atlanta, so most of our events are in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
But it's nothing to come up to North Carolina, down to Florida, Tennessee. We're going to Dallas in a couple weeks. So we definitely trying to hit at least every state once. And then go
That's
worldwide.
Dope. Oh man, I'm looking forward to that one.
Can't wait, man. There's a lot of potential and a lot of love behind it, for sure, and we definitely appreciate everybody,
for sure. Whether
it be acquiring our merchandise or just coming out to events that we post and eventually hosting on social media. Shout out, repost, liking, comment, reviewing on our platforms. It's all love and it's all appreciated, for sure.
Word. Peace and love.
Peace and love to the world, man.
Word.
To the world.